are you wearing socks with your sandals? Are you German?
Schnore.
Do you drive a Volkswagen?
I like skinny guys.
Me too.
Well done.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm a twink.
What is it about a skinny man? What is it about a skinny man? See, that's like saying, you find how could you find a skinny man more attractive than like a well-developed man who has more?
It's aesthetics. I don't know.
I don't.
But what? Well, you're a Nazi, so you like concentration camp survivors.
You're funny.
Malnutrition. People is crazy.
No, I don't know what it is about skinny people.
Look, lean is law.
It gives.
Did Alistair Crowley say that?
Okay, I think it's the clothes that you can wear.
It was Jean-Jacques before this.
I feel like you just like the aesthetic.
Yes.
Like the aesthetic of that, like European skinny artistic.
I think it's pronounced Jar Jar Binks.
Whatever.
Yeah, right. You should go for Julian.
Who says I'm not?
Julian, come on. Fight. Oh.
Anorexics in. Being athletic is
my
out.
advice with the.
Why don't you guys exchange numbers
Julian, Ron.
or Telegram?
Ron,
Julian's photo looks like he's in high school.
It's okay.
So he's wearing a backpack? What?
No,
he doesn't have any homework this weekend.
It's the lanyard. It's the lanyard with the
Girl,
keyboard.
not that Ryan has a lot of options. Let him have it.
Be underage.
What do you?
Nothing.
I'm very much not in high school.
That looks like a high
He
school.
means a comic book.
Like the
He's
one
young. He's
Professor.
22.
Oh, 21.
I'm 22.
If you're 21, you might as well be in high school.
Yeah, you're too young for me.
No, Ryan. Shut up.
Maybe in a few years.
Ryan's ready to get married and have kids, though. So are you ready for that, Julian?
See, I knew I was too young for Ryan, Abby.
I will brainwash him.
Well, Ryan just had a birthday a couple of days ago.
Yeah, Ryan's old. Yeah.
Why? You're getting old and ugly. But you better.
I'm 8 years older than him.
But here's the positive, Julian. If he has a life insurance, he's older than you. If it works out.
Yeah, put you down on the AARP.
Dude, you want a loyal person. So
As long as I
you can
don't
be
have to
loyal
work
to you.
Actually, anybody can be an AARP member.
Shut your ass up, dude. I mean, I fuck with old niggas.
Alright.
Well, he's white though.
Yeah, he's way white.
Oh yeah, they kind of.
But he's
have
very
that
cool.
crack.
I saw him. One time we were calling with Lucy, me and Ryan, and he puts his camera on, and he's very cute.
Oh, I want to be part of that.
That was a long time ago.
This Indian in the chat saying he's a Mislahi Jew.
I know, that's funny.
No, he's a Mirazahi Jew.
Yeah, Mirazahi.
What kind of Jew is that?
Interesting.
Ew, he's ugly.
That's mean.
Well, let's be honest, he's ugly.
Well, his ancestors were supposed to have come through to
Oh,
India.
he's on stage.
Oh, shit.
Wait, Abby.
Alexander?
Abby, have you ever catfished anybody?
No, never. Yeah, to be honest, we saw each other in Clark Lake. Remember? Although you don't know how it looked like.
I saw John too.
Only when T-Ross was, how do you call it, doxing me. That's the only picture you've seen of me.
Wait, I'm curious. How do I look like I'm in high school? I literally just have like my.
It's the backpack and the lanyard.
Oh.
And the what?
Sorry, it's the lanyard like with car keys. It's like so.
Yeah, the driver's that thing on your car keys.
Yeah.
Having a lanyard with car keys on it is very high school to me.
And maybe like the
It's
fact that
Oh shit.
you're wearing Heelys.
It's like you're going up steps. Like maybe it looks like you're going there.
I didn't wear Heelys until college.
dating.
Birkenstocks.
Yeah, Trinatirops is an asshole ever.
It looks like too the pants. People wear pants in school, so that's definitely.
No, look at the chats. Mizrahi, because I'm reading about them. Really interesting.
I feel like everyone wears pajama pants.
I heard and read about Ashkenazi, and Sephardic. Okay, so I'll try and read about Mizrahi Jews and become Mizrahi.
Mizrahi from the word Mizrah is east.
Yeah, I know.
Usually it was for Arab, Jews from Arab. Yes, Oriental. Yes.
Oh wow, you're an
Most of them from Arab origin, from Arab countries.
Eagle, you're in Baghdad?
Yes.
Oh, I need to Tel Aviv.
Nice.
I read a lot about Jews, but this is the first time.
No, not a tourist, no.
Oh, what about this outfit?
Let me see.
I read
Yeah, it's
about
so
a lot
high
about.
school. Like, this looks like you're
No,
sitting.
this is horrible.
Looks like you're sitting at the picnic table after
Oh my
eating
God.
lunch.
Are you sitting at a Pokestop?
This is like you're trying too much to be gothic.
It's at the pier.
But yeah, are you trying to be
No,
like?
you either are or you're not gothic. So
I
Oh,
am.
okay, it's better than the lanyard one.
I can tell you're not.
How?
Because
Can
you're
you
trying
sing
too
for
much.
me? Can you say tonight won't be the night that I will fall for you?
I listen to Ball House. I listen to
what?
Susie and the Banshees. I think that I'm definitely goth.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not, dumbass.
All of you? Absolutely, man. Come on. Like, use your head. Look at what he said. He basically came on there at the end and he was so close to saying, I don't give a fuck. He said it, but he caught himself at the end because I don't think he even means to say it. But he's going through all this shit. And then the last thing he wants to do is be bombarded by a bunch of jail stoolies. But yes, like King said, he came on a week ago. His whole energy's different, bro. He basically said if any of us leave, we'd be silly. He said it in his own words. So all of a sudden to reverse that, listen, I know some of you guys, you got to understand, when money is involved.
Oh, here's a tweet. I think he's hearing us. Hold on. Here's a new tweet. By the way, for all the crybaby trenchers who refuse to accept me as their leader, I once again just let my money provide liquidity, dump $200,000 into this by accident. Didn't pull a penny. If you are against me, you are against the survival of crypto. It's that simple. So he put money into Libra. Or whatever this shit is. What is this?
Into what?
I don't know. It's like fucking the Zodiac fucking token.
So that's another thing, man. So as I'm talking on our thing here, Jail Stool, like, so today, not that it matters. Like, listen, I had mad people just send me messages, talking shit, this, that, but bro, it's easy, guys, and I'm not, no disrespect, man, you do what you can do. I chose to do what I did, and that's on me, okay? But there's a big difference. It's a lot easier, man, to be, when you start fucking with big figures and you start losing big figures, you get used to it. But you also realize the process of how it starts. You've seen it finish. And when you see that shit happen, there's nobody in life that goes straight up, man. Like, there's no chart straight up for any successful person. Almost everybody's been fucking bankrupt. But my point is
Yeah, it was a dance. Anyway, sorry about that, folks.
I appreciate that advice, and I'll take it for what it is, most definitely, you know. But you know, I just gotta find my inner spirit. That's all.
Actually, I need to redact what I said about Ryan. He's hosting a space with $$ oil money. So I think that he really is. That is his crypto wallet or something.
Cropped purple sweatshirt on it. Oh, look who's back.
Aw, don't kick him. He's nice.
I don't want to be recorded.
Right, nobody knows who you are. You don't say anything interesting anyway.
Yeah,
So.
but we were just going around calling everybody each other's mothers.
Recording. Ever think about that? Maybe like.
Why would you, if you're going to be recorded, why would you want to be recorded saying something uninteresting instead of something interesting?
Interesting as in like recording worthy. So,
Well, I haven't seen Bussy today.
I miss Bussy.
He's in the hospital.
What?
No,
Yeah, they found out he's gay.
It's not funny.
Come on, I had those tits coming.
Okay, so guys,
Yeah.
I guess this is it. This is Coco.
This is what all the hype is about.
Okay, now we're here. What do we do?
We can play a game.
Oh my god, back in the days we had a game on Clubhouse. You can put on the top.
What was it?
Like some questionnaire, or there were like games where you see words, like related words, and then one person who I think is mod or something can see the word on stage. So people have to guess the word. It's really nice actually. But they took it away from us. I was thinking maybe shall I move to Wisconsin?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this bitch?
Why Wisconsin?
I don't know. People there are more.
Things right down from Canada, or you know.
No,
There's
I
a lot
think
of
people there are more down to earth or something, not like crazy like you guys.
Well, there's a lot of Dutch immigrant, descendants of immigrants there. So
Really?
it's just ancestral.
Oh wow, maybe it's my natural attraction. Stop being racist, Claw.
I'm a proud racist.
No, Claw, I mean. You can be racist, you're brown.
Oh wow.
I'm black.
Isn't that the most racist thing? It's also
Yeah.
Sorry, I just don't want to say anything because I don't want to be recorded.
It's funny too.
So I do have a question. Have you ever looked inside your refrigerator and seen that it was like totally stuffed, like head to toe, top to bottom? You know, the ice cooler's completely jammed full of food, and the refrigerator's completely stuffed full of food. Have you ever seen that?
Are you trying to get a reaction out of me? When I'm full with coupons, yes. No, why are you asking?
No, it's just something I've observed.
I've seen it at my parents' house.
I don't know. I kind of like having an empty refrigerator. You know, not empty,
Me
empty,
too,
but
I like
like
it too.
less is more in my fridge. I don't know why
Yes.
people.
I don't even have one.
My roommate's only home like once a day, like 1 day a week, and he always buys something and it expires by the end of the week by the time he gets back. So I started eating his shit.
How do you not have a refrigerator?
He has.
What do you think the percentage of humans are on the planet that do not have refrigerators? If there's 8 billion people, do you think like 3.5 billion people, like 1-to-1, own refrigerators?
Northern populations, because you could still have like cellars and stuff. You know?
I mean, there's commercial refrigeration, there's residential. I'm just saying that if you think about how many refrigerators have been built over the course of human history, you know, compared to. Anyways, I'm just really fucking wasting time. I mean, I am also in a room called Low IQ People Talking About Nothing Wasting Time. So I've contributed now to the nothing. And if Atreyu doesn't say the magic word, Eternia will crumble. So say it, Sebastian.
The J word?
No, the N word, silly.
The J word becomes a...
Or the Z word.
Problem.
Maybe everybody should just start using Z words and K words instead.
What is the Z of Zionist?
Did you forget already?
No, I was wondering, like, what is the Z again?
Just always watch for when somebody says all the Jews. That's when you know right away you're about to hear something negative. It's an all or nothing statement. So Roger Mayhem is going live on X with Jay Bresca, and they're doing a Roger Mayhem Returns episode on X. I'm sure they're going to talk about politics and whatnot. So,
oh my gosh, I can't contain myself.
If you guys are, you know,
Ryan,
interested, I can live stream in Roger Mayhem.
What?
Vinny is online on X.
Okay. Will you check your Instagram back channel? Check your Instagram messages.
Mixed, how would you characterize a normal room on Clubhouse? Like, what's the average?
Average? I don't know. There are different types of rooms.
Yeah.
All the rooms reflect the people that are in there and the people that started it and the origin of the room. So each one has its own little character. They're like little tribes that pop up.
Yeah.
Little camps.
Do you think words are concepts?
That's funny.
Some words are concepts, and other words are widgets.
How
What'd you call me?
Well, what's a widget?
An example, in my analogy, of a non-concept.
So the widget is the non-concept?
Yes. To test the theory, because you asked all words are concepts. So I said yes, but maybe there's one that isn't. So I used a placeholder like X, but I used the word widget because we're speaking language rather than math. And I figured if there is a word that isn't a concept, I'll just use widget for now.
So if numbers are not words, are they technically glyphs?
Numbers are symbols that exist
together because of a perfect relationship. They're all equal to each other. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Right.
equidistant.
Ryan, are you coming in my space?
But aren't numerical?
I was actually toying around with the idea of a mathematics that wasn't 1, 2, 3 all equal to each other. What if they were slightly removed at a predictable rate? I wonder what kind of math that would produce.
I guess what I'm going at is, hieroglyphics, meaning a pictorial linguistic system of communication that is pictorial as opposed to, alphabet. If that
You
makes
mean like
sense.
emojis?
Yeah, basically emojis are Egyptian hieroglyphics. I mean, 1-to-1, there's no translation, but what I'm saying is they serve as the same function of communication. And I love using emojis, and a lot of people respond, I had to translate what you just sent me because it's Samsung to Apple. So the emojis are not as expressly used on Apple as it is on Samsung. Or I should say ease of use. It takes much longer time to do emojis on Apple than it does on Samsung. And Apple's like a superior product, supposedly.
Not a fan of emojis, personally.
But you can say a lot in, for example, the emoji for the eye, or even a thumbs up. There's just a lot of occult reference in the emojis. Brain, ear, earth, candle. I don't know. I use emojis, swords, wands, cups, dollars. I mean, it's got everything.
Yeah, but are you actually communicating, or are you just imagining that you're communicating because you have put so much meaning into these symbols?
No, when I'm just casually conversating with people, if I use a term that has a corresponding emoji, I will include that emoji. But many people do not like even receiving emojis. They think it's maybe low quality or trashy. There is a certain discrimination against those who dare use emoji.
I guess.
I mean, you don't use emoji.
Not really.
Yeah, because it's a waste of time, but it's.
No, I don't like it. I used the emoticons back in the day. I mean, when I was coming up, I was on Instant Messenger. I wasn't using emojis. I was using text. I was communicating by text.
I know, but emoji now is bigger than ever before because the devices are more updated than ever before. So emoji. Anyways.
Maybe that just means people are less literate.
Anyways, I'm saying people don't even use emojis.
Emojis are too hard. Now they have to use TikTok videos to communicate to each other.
Maybe, but I think emoji for most young people is too difficult and a waste of time, and they don't understand what's the point. It's art.
That was always my opinion. Why would I want to scroll through 18,000 options before picking a little picture to send you?
Well,
I do like when it auto-populates. Then I'll use a picture.
Yeah.
Right? That's fair.
See, that's good AI recommendation.
Exactly. When the AI says, hey, would you like this little image to associate the text you're trying to send? I'm like, yes, I would, AI. Thank you.
Yeah, that seems so common sense, and they should even roll that out into more of our communication and interfacing. But not just emojis, but more suggestive text even. I mean, it knows a lot about what I'm writing and what I want to write, and really does help me, speed it up the process. But I feel like it's still not even close to fast enough.
AI could probably be pretty good at finding good images or even some motions to associate with the text of a book to create PowerPoint presentations and YouTube videos, basically.
When you had that Sword of Damocles PTR, I created some paintings, and they came out really good. And
it's a nice symbol, right? I still like it.
Yeah, I read something recently about the Sword of Damocles. but it's really just hermetic. But you know what's cool about this AI chat or the AI image simulator with all the major platforms, you know, is taking maybe like very interesting components, you know, from occult or philosophical things and creating imagery, or even taking pre-existing imagery which required maybe generations to produce, or a lot of, you know, interest in that topic, like tarot cards or other great works of art, and then, you know, spinning, just the ability to create whatever you can think of merging, you know, in AI imaging is an amazing uh, functionality that is new. So and the results are always, you know, hit or miss, but it's always still cool to see what comes back.
Listen, good morning, and good morning from here. I'm in India. I have a question.
What?
Can I ask you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is AI overhyped?
I think it's hype. I think everything is hype, you know, because all you're doing is basically getting rid of graphic designers, and they've just basically decentralized graphic design and artistic creations, which is incredible. I mean, it opens up a lot of time.
Probably it can increase the productivity a little bit, but beyond that, I don't think it's going to be a big game changer. Is it going to be a big game changer?
No, not really, but it's still just something new.
Okay. Yeah, I can tell you a little bit about it. So basically, Netanyahu on Sunday, so yesterday, signaled that he was moving ahead with Trump's proposal to transfer the Palestinian population out of Gaza. Oh, I see. So that's how it works. They just announce it to one another, and then they shake hands and say, "Sound good to you? Yep. Sound good to you? Yep." And then they can just do it. Okay, great. Netanyahu discussed the plan with Secretary of State Mark Rubio, and yeah, it sounds like that's basically it. He met with Rubio, and he said him and Trump have a common strategy for Gaza. The gates of hell would be open. You know, more threats to Hamas, blah, blah, blah. That's basically it.
So I did find a little clip from Al Jazeera. I like Al Jazeera.
Yeah, I do too, Gabby. That doesn't surprise me from Netanyahu. I mean, he is a sociopath war criminal, after all.
Okay, share my little part, and then I'm getting on the interstate. So Netanyahu committed to Trump's plan to take over Gaza.
Did you put it in the Jumbotron, Lisa?
I cannot. Benjamin Netanyahu has reiterated.
Okay, don't change it. If I say don't change it, don't change it unless Lisa I say change it up there.
My bad. Let me know if you want me to.
Oh, it's okay. You put it up there now, but don't change anything up there unless Lisa I say it's okay.
Are we ready?
Go ahead.
Committed to this
yes.
story?
Go ahead. Yes,
okay.
We are committed.
Okay, because I'm going to jump on. Okay, Benjamin, I would love Haitian to come in and play a clip because I cannot right now, but Benjamin Netanyahu has reiterated that he is committed to Donald Trump's plan to take over and develop the Gaza Strip amid uncertainty over whether Israel will send a... Oh, God. Wait, this don't make no sense to me, you guys. Okay, he's committed to Donald Trump's plan. What does Trump have to do with anything? This is not our shit. This is between Netanyahu and the leaders of Gaza. I don't even know why Trump got this big ass in the middle of this. Okay. Amid uncertainty whether Israel will send a delegation to Qatar to discuss the second stage of the fragile ceasefire in the war with Hamas. And then there's a little bubble in here where Netanyahu is saying to Trump, I don't know if it's true or not, let's finish this. What does that mean? In a statement on Monday, the Israeli Prime Minister said, just as I have committed to on the day after the war in Gaza, there will be neither Hamas nor the Palestinian Authority. So he's saying that there will be neither Hamas nor the Palestinian Authority. I am committed to U.S. President Trump establishment of a different Gaza. Hello? The remarks come after a report by Sky News Arabia on Sunday night that Hamas was prepared to hand over control of Gaza to its West Bank-based rival, the semi-autonomous Palestinian Army, following pressure from mediator Egypt. Oh my God, this is crazy.
This whole thing is crazy. I mean, Trump is speaking like he already controls that area over there. Him and Netanyahu is the two of them together, bumping heads together, is going to cause a big shit over here and over there. I mean, what are they talking about? They're making all the decisions and just, I mean, what is this talk about? I don't understand it.
And I don't even think Hamas has the legal authority to give away guns.
Right.
They're not even right. They're not even like internationally recognized as a government.
Yeah, but they don't care about that. They're blowing past that.
Well, if they were to do this, it's got to be something that's got to be done, like, through multiple parties, because you got to remember you got the Palestinian Authority. It's just a lot.
Can you come up, please? I like the stuff you're putting in the chat. Can you come up, Lemura?
Okay, so one more thing, and I'm good. It says Netanyahu's defense minister, Israel Katz, announced the establishment of a new agency late on Monday to oversee the voluntary departure of Palestinians from Gaza. Okay.
It's not long.
Yeah, this is not good here.
Right, and Hamas can't. I'm looking it up now. Hamas
What do you
can't.
mean it's not good? This is great news for these people. The country has been leveled. There's nothing there. They're living in death and chaos. You don't want anything good to happen to these people?
What do you mean good to happen to these people? This is without.
It's called free shit. Everybody likes free shit, right? It's free.
These people don't. A lot of these people don't want to leave their country. So what are you talking about? Y'all.
Listen, these people have not been consulted.
You're the kind of people that would turn down a good offer if it hit you in the face. You're all just a bunch of negative pessimists. You don't even know a good deal when you see one.
Pessimists.
This is free shit. This is hundreds of billions of dollars. This is hundreds of billions of dollars of your dollars.
Next time they tell me shoplifting is wrong, I'm going to be like, it's free shit. What's the problem?
Right, you have to include the people that live there. How are you making decisions for a population of people that live in the Gaza? How are you making decisions for them? They do have people to represent them. They should be at the table.
And plus, the shit he's saying don't make any sense because practically, for a lot of people, a lot of projects in the United States was free. But those people didn't want to be displaced from their fucking neighborhood. So what are you talking about?
I think it's atrocious that we're sitting here. Have you guys been watching news? Are people pushing back on this, or this is going to be one of these things? Okay, so. What's the pushback and who's pushing back?
But that's why they haven't given up. That's why they're not giving up those hostages, see, because those people are not stupid either. They know they have no leverage once they give up those hostages. They already know what's on these evil people's mind, wisdom. They know what's going to happen, you know. Just like they can rebuild by telling those people they got to leave, they can try now having those people rebuild their land. And need some other kind of deal with them rather than misplacing them. Hamas and the Palestinians are two different groups of people. So why would you want to make those people take your ass in there and get those few little Hamas people like you should? You know, go in there and get them and leave those other people alone.
And my other question is, why is it the United States? We got Matt and a few other people. I asked to see if we can get Trent and the rest of these our celebrity MAGA people. Why is the U.S. got putting themselves in a position to rebuild anything? This should be Israel. Listen, I am not feeling this at all. Once again, we're in a space where we have no business being. Why is the United States, why is Donald Trump saying that we, the American taxpayers, will go back and rebuild Gaza, something we had nothing to do with? Can somebody?
It's called a humanitarian mission to save hundreds of thousands of lives from dying misery. You're the most pessimistic, negative people in the world, and it's going to be your money paying for it.
Hold on for 1 second. Wisdom. We're going to do this the right way. First of all, you're going to stop all that screaming.
Oh, shit.
You're going to stop all that screaming. If you got a point to make your point, okay?
And Wisdom, we welcome you to the stage. I welcome your opinion. I just want to kind of get this a little bit more organized. So you're saying, and you guys help me, Wisdom is saying that it's a good idea for us to have our tax dollars put in Gaza to help rebuild something that we didn't do, and then for us to control the area by not allowing the people who live there or who were put there to come back. Is that what we're saying right now?
We won't control the area. Trump and his family will control the area. We have absolutely nothing to do with that damn area.
But our taxpayer money is going to that cause.
Absolutely.
So what they're trying to label it as is like when you go into war, there's this thing called stabilization. So what they're going to use is going to be our own government to clear the area, try to do simple rebuilds and build maybe hospitals, school. And then what's going to end up happening is they're going to subcontract it, right, to American investors, quote unquote. And then you got these real estate investors that's just going to say, you know what, I'm going to take this, I want this piece, I want that piece, and they're going to build. That's what's going to happen.
It's called the laws of war and real estate.
The laws of war.
We're going to use taxpayer dollars to freaking clear an area so that Trump and whoever can get rich.
My guess is complete guess. For what it's worth, my complete 1,000% native guess is that you'll have an international coalition that will help build Gaza back up. What that looks like in the meantime, during and afterwards, only time will tell. But that area's going to be built back up.
Yeah, have you ever seen a real estate project get delayed for 6 years?
So the good news is peace in the region. The bad news is, what do you do with everybody there? If I was president, I'd give the option to stay or an option to leave. And I would build back out the international coalition, build back up Gaza, and give it back to them so long as they're not terrorists. And there's a process that we have to go through to prove that they're not. That's what I would do.
No, Matt, how are you sending equipment? Did the dude just say that we're going to kick you out your country and you only can come back through application?
I didn't say no, I didn't say you can stay. Or
no, you can stay. It's your country.
Well, it's not country.
It's their country. They can stay. I don't understand what you're saying.
So it's not
That's what Yahoo wants to deny because we haven't taken their land.
Well, 14,000 rockets have been shot in Israel in the last 2 years. They lost their war. It's Israel's. They can do what they want to do.
How can you call it a war? What the hell is a war?
A war is when you get 14,000 rockets shot into your country.
So you could just decide to bomb anybody, and if you bomb them enough, you call it a war, and then you get to take their country?
Yep, that's right. 14,000 rockets in my country. I will take your country. That's how that works. They lost a war. It's now Israel's. We're number one with ally in this room. So we get to choose what that looks like. They lost the war.
Well, who lost the war? Kansas against the UN Charter. This is how white people think, y'all. This is how white people think. This
is how white people think. They want to go into your country. They commit if they say that they're there to help the people, then they want to take you out the country and they want to fucking build high rises and condos. This is what white people do. Right?
This doesn't have to do with the color of my skin. It has to do with 14,000 rockets.
No, this is what white people have been doing for years, for decades.
It's 14,000 rockets were shot.
No, this is nothing but Colombians.
2007 to 2023.
That ain't got shit to do with the price of tea in China.
Yes,
You know how many countries, you know how many third world countries have the same issue?
I don't know. I'm just talking about Gaza.
There's a whole bunch of countries. I know. There's a whole bunch of countries that have the same fucking issue, bro.
I don't want to make you upset, so I'm gonna.
No, I'm not upset.
I know what Patty looks like when she's angry.
No, I'm not upset. I'm just being honest.
I don't want to hear that accent.
Okay, it's not making sense what you're saying, man. I'm trying to understand. You're saying it's a war. The Palestinian people is not at war with Israel. It's Hamas in Israel, not the Palestinians. So where's the war, man?
So there was a territory, Gaza, shot 14,000 rockets into Israel from 2007 to 2024.
Okay, Matt, you're going back 2024. Let's go back to the all the rockets that shot up over at them. Y'all keep starting in 2024. This shit that started in 2024. Come on, stop that shit.
Don't ask me to vote. No. I'm going too hard to try anything. You will no longer fall for the energy. You can't single me out with this many. I want to see blood when they did to me.
They have lost things. Israel finally. Bullshit.
Don't ask me to vote. No. You want too hard.
And Israel said, okay, this is fine. Do what we want to do. That's just the way the world works.
Don't ask me to vote. No. We want too hard as our energy. We will no longer fall for the energy. You can't single me out with this many. I want to see blood what they did to me. That's her delivery. For the feds that extra religious.
Oh no!
That is the UN Charter. That's the Geneva Conventions. It don't work like that no more.
And here's what we.
So what we're doing is we're going against treaties and we're just going against international law.
I think the UN.
It's a military occupation. That's all it is.
I think we should take the UN. This is where we're going to respectfully disagree. I think you should take the UN, the Geneva Conventions, the international law, and we need to twirl it up real tight and shove it up the international law's ass.
Okay, so this is, ridiculous. It is 100% ridiculous. I don't care. There are two things wrong with it for me. For me, the United States has no business. This was not our entanglement. Okay? This had nothing to do with us. But now we were sending support over there to help with these rockets Matt's talking about. We were doing that. No, I wasn't happy with that. Now we're taking it a bridge too far by saying that the United States will come over, will be responsible for us. And then somebody said an international coalition. What international coalition? Who is that? It's more people trying to colonize and take over these people's land. And what I don't like, Matt, is that we are not involving the people who this is affecting, who live there. The nerve, the absolute nerve. And this is going to start a problem in other people's country. You think everybody's just going to lay down and say, come on, America, yeah, come on over, take our homeland. What little we got left, let us know where we're supposed to go to live, and we just gonna bow down. We just gonna take it.
So here's an honest question. What does it look like? So right now, if you're president for the day, and you got your policies passed for what it looks like in Gaza, what does that look like over the next few years? Like, what does your perfect world scenario look like when it comes to Gaza and Israel building Gaza back up?
It's not us. They have their own planners. IDF, their own general resigned. They have their own planners. They didn't have an exit strategy. They've been helped to have it, build their exit strategy, and obviously they changed it a little. They changed it to fucking real estate development for a U.S. business.
And we know who this real estate development.
But what does it look like to you?
So if it was me, right? So let's say let's just say it's me, right? What's gonna happen is we're gonna have to look at that land. We're gonna have to send the Army Corps of Engineers in. They're gonna have to fucking clear the land.
I'm about to put the devil in all your houses.
Oh my God. Then we're gonna send civil affairs out there so they can assist. They're gonna have those fucking tent areas. They're gonna have to do neighborhood at a time. There's already been a plan put out. We talked about this maybe about 2 weeks ago, where they were talking about using fabricated homes and doing it neighborhood at a time. Now they want to build condos and fucking resorts. So are they going to be moving them back into these condos and resorts? Because how much is that going to cost for us to ship all these people somewhere else and then ship them back? That includes their household goods, bro. You know how much it costs for them to ship my household goods? Just me. It costs a lot. Going from Hawaii, let's say if I go from Hawaii to Houston, for them to ship my shit from Hawaii to Houston, it's going to cost over $5,000. That's not to include my vehicle. So you're going to ship each individual Palestinian shit, make sure they have a secure home while you rebuilding their home, and then you're going to ship them back. We know they're not shipping them back. And they're probably going to ship them somewhere until that country fucking figure it out.
Regardless of what you look at it, in my opinion, we're going to be footing the bill for it, along with Israel.
Why?
I think we're going to have an international.
We don't have to foot the bill for it. So it can be an alliance between all the European nations.
I agree.
It could be an alliance, set up the tents, and do the prefabricated homes. That's it. That's what they were supposed to do in the beginning.
Yeah, I was president for the day, and you were from the other side of the aisle, whatever, Speaker of the House. I would say, okay, move to that. Let's talk about what that looks like in more detail. If we were politicians for the day, coming from two sides of the aisle, I get on board with that.
Let me tell you something. Republicans believe the same too. They just keeping their fucking mouth shut right now because of the decisions that are being made by the higher ups. They were okay with this exit strategy at one time. You do a simple Google research, you'll find NPR have blasted their ass for not having an exit strategy and talked about the meeting that was being had between combatant commands and Israel because they didn't have one. They asked to see their exit strategy and there was nothing for them to fucking show. And I don't understand why they didn't have one because they've always had tension between the two fucking countries. We make operational plans for fucking countries that we just don't like. We have an operational plan for our own country in case somebody decides to invade. We have operational plans for fucking small little islands like Micronesia. So when we go somewhere, or when you go somewhere, you have to make sure that you know what you're going to do when you go in the country, what's going to happen during that piece of the war, and then you have to know what's going to happen coming out the country. It's called stabilization. Like trying to get the government back together, trying to fucking figure out how these people are going to... There's a thing called METTC, and it's shared between all military personnel, no matter what country you're in. You got to take in consider the mission. You got to take in consideration the environment, the terrain, and the civilians. So all that has to be taken in consideration, and they're supposed to plan around that.
Well, they don't have a plan for anything because their goal was always take over the land and move the people off the land. That has been the number one goal from day one.
But they did come up with a plan over the summer, and that was supposed to be part of their plan. And now it's like thrown in the air because we have a different administration. If that's what they're going to do, we got to do nothing. But the only thing we can do is support it, even though it may be illegal what they're doing. This shit is illegal. This is a military occupation.
This is crazy. So so that means, Patty says a military occupation. So that means that we need to have people, our soldiers, on the ground.
Israel occupied it.
No, that'll probably be U.S. soldiers as well. IDF would not be that as well. So they are right. And they're our allies. So anytime we go into a country, they also come to. Then they're going to expect Europeans to come and help as well.
It's anybody's guess, but I think that it used to be interesting to see how it all pans out.
I hope nobody else agrees with this. No other country agrees with this point. It's so funny. It's not funny, but y'all know what I mean. How we can just decide for other people, for their countries, for their people, for their children. We decide what is going to become of them and their culture, their way of life, where they live. I'm thinking these days were long gone, but I see right now that all the stuff that Trump is talking about, America first, we mind our goddamn business, no troops on the ground in any foreign soil, that he just was telling y'all what y'all want to hear again, you know, again.
There's a really good book you should read, Matt. It's called Iraqi Papers, right? And it was part of our lessons learned as military officers. When we went into Iraq and we displaced the government, we told the military they could no longer function. We did the same in Afghanistan, and we decided we wanted to build our own military and put a government in, and then force a freaking vote. We actually didn't. It wasn't a good play on our part. So now, from what we've learned, and it's called lessons learned again, what we learned is you're gonna have to let the people run their country. You're going to have to let that military go back into play, because rebuilding a new military, look what happened in Afghanistan when we left. They were so codependent on U.S. forces that they couldn't even defend themselves. When it comes to Iraq, everybody thinks we pulled out of Iraq. Guess what? We still have a major base out there with soldiers there.
Yes,
read Iraqi Papers and you'll see this is not a good idea.
I remember the devil that you know is better than the devil that you don't know. For prime examples, like we don't want him going anywhere because who's going to fall in behind him could be 3 times worse.
You guys act as if you won the conflict in Gaza. You didn't fight it. You don't get to decide the future of that conflict. The victors of that conflict get to decide the future of that conflict. You are in the now. But those people fighting that war, and whoever wins, that's who decides the future, not a clown house room of a bunch of Jew-hating anti-Semites.
So I have a pretty good feeling that we're going to have some fun on what that looks like with Israel. So
There are no winners, because if there were winners, it would be open. They would have all the hostages. So what are you talking about? Israel haven't won shit yet.
He said he was surrounded by Jew haters or something. I don't know who's talking to him. The most pro-Israeli person probably in this room.
Hey everybody, how's everyone doing? It's been a couple of days. I just wanted to know if he was talking about that Israeli guy who shot the other Israeli guy who thought he was an Arab, but he was Israeli as well. Was that the hater he was talking about? And that was hilarious.
Okay, so somebody just repeat what she said. Am I in the Matrix or?
I think you're giving like a feedback, kind of like Lisa. Are you driving?
Okay, let me go mute, and then can you repeat that now?
I have Asia. Go ahead, Asia. So there was a situation in Miami where a Jewish gentleman, Israeli gentleman, shot another Israeli gentleman who was Arab, a Palestinian Arab, but turns out they were both Jewish, both Israeli, and the one who got shot was like, we got to do something about these Arabs. They were both Israeli, so I just think that that's hilarious. Like, the hate knows no depths. And it's consuming. It's going to consume itself. That's what I think. Not to change the subject, but yeah.
Oh wait, you guys, I'm sorry. I keep not hearing that. Can somebody just say it over, please?
They have found that they gave money to him and some other people. And they gave money to Bill Gates. We don't need him getting money. I don't need him directing things. He thinks that we should have a reduction in population and that we should vaccinate / sterilize Africans. Yeah, I don't like him. So, but you can't, where do you start? You have to start somewhere. My dad was bitching about the absolute graft in the Pentagon when I was 6 years old. So this is not some new problem, and nobody's had the guts to fix it. And I wanted to fix it so we can have more money for the stuff we really need, like PrEP for the Africans. Yeah. I don't want small babies dying of a horrible disease because their parents aren't getting the meds. I want these. I saw the most insulting interview where they were trashing evangelicals. My church, I don't know if we get money from the federal government, but we run a clinic in Dallas, a dental clinic, after school programs. We collected money one Christmas that we turned around the next day and put people in apartments and cleaned up the mess in Dallas County where a hurricane went through. We dug water wells and built schools in Africa. We're not bad people. And they're on there trashing us because we voted for Trump. And we did this with our own money. I don't think that we got any, behind the scenes, maybe we got money from the government, but I don't think we did. I think we did it with our tithe and our giving. And I resent being trashed. I think that the government needs to take everybody. No, we need the church.
There you go.
Why are Jews such good people and so prosperous? It's because they're givers. And we need to be givers and we need to take care of people, but we don't need to put our tax money to graft and theft. I'm sorry, I can stop ranting now.
No, sure. I think everyone agrees. More PrEP. I want more gay sex, not less. I mean, come on. I mean, not personally, but I'm not a gay sex.
This is not about gay sex. Truck drivers. What happened in Africa. Men, for example, were truck drivers. They were having sex out on the road, came home and gave to their wives. Their wives gave birth to babies that had it. It's the most horrible, most evil thing perpetrated on the world. And yes, some flight attendant got it when he went to Africa and then spread it around the world. But it was first in Africa, and it wasn't anything about being gay.
What was this?
In Africa, that's where the AIDS epidemic started, and men gave it to their wives, who gave it to their children. It has decimated a generation. It's awful, and it affected them way worse than it did us.
You want to read a good book about this?
You listen, you start reading about it.
And the Band Played On, by Randy Stiltz, a reporter of San Francisco Chronicle, who wrote about what was called gay cancer in the early 80s, and they found patient zero in North America was a really handsome gay Canadian airline flight attendant. And sexual appetite bar none. And
he was going to bathhouses all over the country.
Yes. Here, I'll send you a link. Let me find it in Amazon. It's an interesting book, very well written.
It's interesting, and I'm older than anybody in the room, and I was at my prime time of my, young adult life when this epidemic broke out, and it's why my first husband married me, because you could not become a VP in the bank that we worked in unless you were married, because they were afraid you would be gay and that you would have AIDS. And so to become a VP, he married me. 5 minutes after they made him a VP, he wanted a divorce.
Wait, your first cousin married you?
my first husband.
Oh, I think you said first cousin. What? Sorry.
It happened to me.
Yeah, Yakov, talk about making a story even worse. Holy cow, Shirley, that's a tragedy.
Terrible hearing. I have terrible hearing, so that's why I was just like, what? I mean, I know things in Arkansas are different, but I didn't think they were that different.
I'm from Dallas.
Shirley, what a tragic way to get married.
I thought you were from Arkansas originally.
Do what?
I'm sorry, I thought you were from Arkansas.
I live in Arkansas.
Shirley, I'm going to play something just for you, okay?
Campaign to elect Commissioner John Congress will stop the steal of vote check now. End poverty, Texas, and water reclamation district now.
Nobody's stronger than me. Nobody has better choice than I do. There's nobody bigger or better just for than I am. Nobody loves the Bible more than I do. Nobody builds walls better than me.
Campaign to elect Commissioner John Congress will stop the steal. Local politics.
Nobody has done so much for us.
You gotta go. Struggle leadership, grifters, frauds, criminals, liars, haters, deceivers, hugs, and military. Pour them all and recall if possible.
And Donald Trump is nobody's ever had crowds.
Nobody. No. Nobody can do this like I do. Nobody can do it like I do.
Rock and Randy, welcome to the stage, buddy.
Nobody.
Creator one day has no supporters. So if you have a chance, please subscribe.
Local politics next to censorship.
Scotty's birthday. I think it's my 4th.
It used to show you, now it doesn't. You need to bring back that feature.
Randy, you know what? You reminded me. That's one of my favorite songs from James.
Which one?
Nobody Does It Better. I'm gonna cue that up.
Well, do you know the song Nobody? The one that goes, no.
Yeah, that's a great song.
The Office has a compelling video of them dancing to that song. It's all one shot. You ever see it?
No.
Oh my God! Look up The Office. And anyone know what I'm talking about? No. You're absolutely great. Like. It's all one shot.
It's a big thing, but it's the same thing as the tollway authority. We have these huge organizational bureaucracies.
I want to say happy birthday.
And within these huge organizational bureaucracies is appointed individuals, but most of them are not engineering. Most of them.
You're my main man. One of the deep friendships I formed here.
Oh my God.
On this app. You know? I mean,
please.
Really, my main man. You and
Okay, so Randy, did you see Saturday Night Live last night?
No, I want to watch it. I'm backed up.
Please don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a big content creator one day, but I have no support.
It's on Hulu.
Also, taking Phil and Will of Robinson.
I can't remember what
There is a word to say.
There's some videos of it all weekend, right? You know what I'm talking about? The musical thing?
4 years ago.
Yes.
I'm here.
Randy reminded me how much I love this song. This is really Trump's. Should be played every time Trump. Maybe the best. Yeah, it's pretty great too.
Is that public parking? Carly's time, and there were some great themes.
This is all the ladies should be singing on the clubhouse streets to me.
Anybody's.
Love me.
The song was inspired by the Rosencrantz. Guys and lovers. You can imagine Ethel singing Mr. Julius. Ethel singing Mr. Julius. Before they were stabbed. Well, the Congress
That what? Did they ever make a movie about them?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, the spy who loved me.
Oh wow.
They were lovers. They were just married. They were in love.
That's really what you call the Big Bang, isn't it?
They got hosed. That's what you call like doing everything with your partner. You know. I mean, they on their date night they would spy. You know what I mean?
You don't often hear anti-Semites bringing them up.
Well, what do you want? What are you saying? Like, do you want me to start like
No, the implication is like if it really was a battle of good versus evil and the Soviet Union collapsed, I mean the whole thing was for naught anyways. It's one giant, it was just a huge waste of human time and effort.
What was?
I don't know. Yeah, the Cold War. Like, I don't know. How do you view it? I don't know how to make sense of it because I have rubles framed on my wall, and I'm like, did it just go back to the way it was? Really, Russia is Russia, and I mean, they realize this is stupid. It's better to just be independent.
All I have to say is happy club anniversary, Scott.
Thank you.
What's up?
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Scott, any words of wisdom on your birthday?
I think, look, just keep your head about you. I think all I will say is this. This is for you. This is my. If I was going to give some clubhouse wisdom, it would be
My voice is too. What's that?
Remember, you're speaking of 500 followers on YouTube. Here we go. If you can kids, this is from Rudyard Kipling.
Who's the man? And then in this round, the next one.
If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet you don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and treat those two imposters just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with one eye. If you can make one heap of all your winning,
it's a big thing, but it's the same thing as the tollway authority. We have this huge organizational bureaucracy.
If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve.
Please don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a big content creator one day, but I have no supporters. So if you have the chance, please
subscribe. You can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more
things of darkness at the back and strive towards the light and the flowing power gives the harmony. What man hates loneliness being a trifle.
It's all about sort of living in the middle way of life. But if you can endure life's extremes, the highs, the lows, the passions, the cool times, and you can still be yourself.
And yet still, I've tried to do that, and it's funny because as a woman, I'm punished for it.
Well, women get punished for many things.
But Saturn's strength is not aided by fortune. Saturn is squaring. We may now turn to the ground. In many ways, as has been seen.
All right, everybody. So that was a great song. Nobody does it better. I was looking up.
That was right.
There was some other Bond songs. Best James Bond theme songs. Tom Jones Thunderball. A View to a Kill is great. It's great.
Wait, what's the Tom Jones one?
Tom Jones is Thunderball.
Can't remember that one.
Yeah, when they told him to sing, he's like, I don't understand what it means. And they told him, just sing the hell out of it. And he just sang the hell out of it. And made it, I'll download it. Thunderball. Tom Jane.
Hi, Jane.
Here's Jane. Jane.
Sweet Jane. Oh, that's a good song to play.
And she hates me.
Oh, really? No? Oh, she doesn't like that song. I'm sorry.
No,
Great song. Great
I
song.
know, she does not want to play it.
She doesn't want to hear this.
You can play.
Excellent.
Always play the stuff that's
Okay, I'll play what's that?
you always play the girl.
Now play the
What's that?
from the 80s. Just play the 80s version.
I like the Cowboy Junkies version.
Oh, yeah, Cowboy Junkie. No, there's one
Yo,
from the
Chris,
80s.
I sent that meme article around.
Jane's theme
So
song.
slow.
God's birthday.
I love this. Clubiversary. Jane, do you want to be modded or no?
N-O.
It's because you don't want to keep people out.
I don't want to be.
Say, can you play the Velvet Underground?
Me?
Can you play the Velvet Underground version next?
No. No, I don't have that. But
It's in Spotify, man. Go check Spotify.
No.
That's a better version. This one's.
There he is. The lion of nature. You may get an artist.
PTR, that's the jellyfish that I want. Now, this is the ones in the round tank that you can get, and this round tank is like, you can put it on your wall, and it's like, I think...
They don't have legs.
It's like 3 feet in diameter. Yeah, they're like the little moon top jellyfish. I think that this one's like 3 feet in diameter.
You want the ones with the tentacles. You want
and they get tangled up, and then they're...
Do they get tangled up with each other?
Are these live? Are you talking about having live jellyfish or the fake ones?
That's a live jellyfish.
They get caught up in the filter if they have long tentacles.
Yeah, this one is just like the tank is made in a circle. It has a circular air vent that blows that gives them like a small current for them to travel on, to where they float and they rotate and different things like that. So
that's one that I was looking at, and I thought that would be like really pretty to put on the wall because it's a top feed. So you open up the top, you load your sea monkeys into it, and then you can like feed them that way. You feed them like I think it's like twice a week with the sea monkeys, and then that's it. And then they just float continuously and just do their own little thing. Now you don't have to have as many as they have in there, but I would probably get maybe like 3 or 4 really nice looking ones, and then just have them.
How long do jellyfish live?
They can live for quite some time. I think they can live for up to 7 to 10 years as long as you properly take care of them.
That's awesome. Tim, just real quick, super nerdy. I know that you